test. Welcome to WFM Radio. This is In Between Pieces, brought to you by Writings from Michael, where I discuss entrepreneurship from the lens of an artist and business mindset. This conversation is made with love and joy for your mission, your purpose, your calling, and your journey. Welcome with love. Peace. So we're back. Peace and blessings. I am Michael G. Simpson, your host. This is WFM Radio In Between Pieces. Much love and peace. Now, we're going to jump right into it, man. It's the month of May. It's that time where the summertime is right around the corner, right? And we can either take the opportunities to have fun, right? Or you can get into your craft, into your skill, and have even more fun, right? When I mean to have more fun, I mean talking about building a table. And that's my topic today, is building a table, because I can let all those fun things go, man. You know, going out partying, the Friday, Thursday kind of vibe, and it doesn't really result around my purpose when I have just as much fun at the studio, man. And I really want my young folks to hear what I'm saying right now, because we have to let those parties go if we really want greatness, man. So how willing are you to your craft and to your skill to continue building a table? Man, like, building a table is just bigger than just the furniture itself, right? I mean, building a table we feel and we are insulated, right? Where you know every aspect of your business. You know, a lot of things when I first started WFM, and I don't know it all, man. I have more questions than answers, but look, my passion comes from understanding my journey, so I'm here to just share it, right? When I first started WFM, I did not know how to really paint, right? Quote unquote, right? Quote unquote. I didn't know how to paint per se, right? Not draw portraits of people, not draw the greatest figures of landscapes. That was not my thing, but I understood that painting still is the man behind the brush. Can you make something, a curation that gives people insight to a new world? And for me, it's a new language. This language of love, WFM, AKA. And I didn't know how to paint, didn't know how to sew. And these things I learned amongst just continue to follow the journey. Just taking it day by day and understanding that over course of time, I am building a table. And even today, 2021, building a table has been printed on my mind, because it's like I'm tired of asking for the opportunity that I know I'm capable of, and that I'm worthy of abundance, because I'm limitless. Repeat after me. I am limitless. You must repeat this. I am limitless. Believe it. You have to believe that you are worthy and you are deserving of abundance. And this is my whole entire ethos, that I believe that we're worthy of abundance. And sometimes artists, we get into our heads and we feel we're not worthy of certain things. And it's really just being in your head for too long, right? Get out your head. Perform. Get out in your head and get into that craft and skill. And we're going to relentlessly focus on our craft and skill, because that is a big part of our table being built, is our craft and our skill. What will be the tool or vehicle to get us to the next level? And from that next level, we can expand on. You know, when I first started getting into the sewing the pieces together, I was taking my pieces to a cleaners, right? The cleaners is one of the most profound places to go for washing detail clothes, you know, steaming, getting things pressed, but also putting things together, alterations, right? So I would get my patches sewn on at the cleaners. There was one place where I knew there was an expert, there was a tailor or a seamstress to put things together for me. If I had a vision, I would be able to communicate my vision, and this seamstress or tailor would be able to put that together, right? So that was part of my design process early. And it goes to show that it doesn't stop there, because if had I just been bringing the pieces to a cleaners, paying for it, that's part of the entrepreneurship, right? Hiring out your weakness. My weakness at that point was sewing and not even knowing how to sew at all. Like, confused about it. Like, how do you use that machine? I'm not even gonna bother trying to figure out. I'm gonna hire it out. So right, so I pay the X amount of dollars for the time done. I have a piece done in that amount of time, that short amount of time. Excuse me. And after a while, it's like, okay, I'm paying to get this done. I need to learn this. I can't have a business if I don't know every aspect of that business, whether it's the admin work or whether it's the physical work. And so I started to take and observe and take notes. What was the tailor doing each and every time he took that garment to put that patch on, to put that piece of other clothing on? And after a while, I took notes how to sew. Just learning by soaking up what he or she is doing. And after a while, I had the confidence to maybe get behind the sewing machine. And then after a while, it wasn't just behind the sewing machine. I had a crave and a knack to sew my own pieces and garments. And sew the patches on there and sew the labels on there. And getting woven labels and creating now a brand out of it, right? Get away from the hobby and making this hobby an actual thriving business and brand. And this is vital to tell you because it's part of building a table, because I now would have never imagined I would be able to know how to sew and to give tips on how to sew, right? I remember going into Joann's and going downtown to the sew shops, asking for certain bobby pins and threads and getting the names incorrect, but I had a sense of what these things were and just learning on the fly, dealing with the ambiguity as I went time by time into these shops. And it's a beautiful thing when we can learn the ins and outs of our craft and skill, because we start to understand the process a little bit more, where we understand that those ideas can blossom even more, right? And obviously, we can hire these things out. And after a certain point, you're going to need to hire it out due to cover more time, because time is the most valuable asset we have on this planet. But not forgetting that our craft and skill, we can learn by other crafts and skills. The beautiful thing when I do get my teeth cleaned, right, go to the dentist, is I ask the dentist or the hygienist who's doing my teeth, their process or her process, his or her process, whoever's doing it, my teeth at the time, and like, what do you like about this process? And I really converted back to the design process, because every craft or skill, no matter what industry you're in, has a process. And I say this because it's very, very beautiful when we understand that process. We take the creation a little bit more serious. One, we have a little bit more love for it too. It's a beautiful thing. And this is all tying back to building a table, man. That value comes in knowing our process and learning the process each and every time, man. A great machine I had invested into last year during COVID, and I did it during COVID, one, because it's another risk, but there's no risk behind reward, or there's no risk without reward. And sometimes you have to invest into product to make more product. So I brought this heat press machine, and I think it was around $700, right? I've already made my money back on that purchase. One, because it's something that I would usually go downtown to hire out, right? Get a heat press, get a design. Why am I not learning how to heat press? Why we don't have these machines? Like, sometimes we have to just look at the machine that you're buying for or paying for each and every time, learn how to do it, save the cost down the road, pay more upfront costs up front, right? Why not? So now you know something other than what you've initially started with. And it brings my next point here, not afraid to not only jump out of the box, but redesign the whole thing. And when we redesign the whole thing, we're really telling ourselves, I'm here to build a table. I'm here to build a table, not just design-wise, but why not even talk about the process like we are now in front of this mic and looking at this camera? Much love. This is all about building a table, being insulated, and building an ecosystem where we not can only eat off of, but we can teach other people how to fish too as well. Where we can literally build our language. I always say WFM is a language of love, right? I want anytime you see a piece of WFM to honestly know this is WFM. That's Writers for Michael. So it's building that language, building a table that we're fully insulated, and building an ecosystem where we can not only eat ourselves, but teach other people how to fish. I think this is a great way for one, creatives to sustain ourselves and artists to sustain ourselves, but to teach it back to the next gen coming up. So it's all just a recycle service, right? Or a recycle ecosystem going around. This is about building a table, man. This is believing in what you're doing each and every day in, day out, not forgetting that your crafting skill will bring you to the next level and enhancing on that, right? Building a brand that speaks volumes across this whole entire green grass of earth. I mean, every continent, every country, no matter where you are, crevice, you feel it, you hear it. So I'm going to end off with that, man. How can we build a table by creating value each and every day? I mean, creating value. So the only thing that comes back just by the energy you're giving off is more value. You're getting value, we're receiving value because we create value. I create value every day, man. It's the best job in the world. Let's leave off with that, man. I have more pieces to go to, man, in between pieces. Let me get back to my work. But I'm ending off, man. Much love. Happy day. Keep on going. Keep on thriving and striving. And don't forget, man, your crafting skill will take you to the next level. Enhance on that. Till next time, y'all. Much love. Peace. And you just listened to WFM Radio In Between Pieces. Please like, subscribe, download, and spread this conversation with love and joy. Keep going on your mission, your purpose, your calling, and your journey. Much love. Peace.